All right, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. So today I thought we'd go over San Luis Obispo, the actual city. So last few days we've been reviewing the county information, kind of looking at how August settled. So today I thought we'd take a look at San Luis Obispo proper. So let me go ahead and get my screen shared for you. And move this over here, do little movements here. So let's get this screen for you here. And I just want to, so I went ahead and put some of these numbers together already for us. So for San Luis Obispo, again, this is August 2022. We're just reviewing San Luis Obispo. We're going to get into what's going on with the market. I went ahead and looked at August. So in San Luis Obispo for August, the city of San Luis, 887,000 was your median price. So that was 982,000 is what a 3-bedroom would have cost you. Went ahead and looked at that. Like, what's the average house look like? Because sometimes there are some of the smaller single-family homes or some of the larger ones, so it skews the numbers a little bit. But anyway, a 3-bedroom, they averaged about 982. Now check out last year, 765. So it's a 28% increase over this time last year. That's even after several months of increased interest rates. So I thought that was interesting to note. So that's something there. So I would still call this a seller's market, and here's why. So we have in that month, we had 114 homes that were on the market, and 41 of them sold in San Luis. So that you divide those two numbers into each other, and that's 3 months of inventory. So what do we mean by that? So in realtor world, there's some argument and discussion, as I've mentioned before, on that as to whether it's 5 months, is it 6 months of inventory on the market when we talk about a normal market. So if there's 6 months or less, let's just take it to be easy, 6 months. 6 months or less means it's generally a seller's market in most pricing cases. So overall, when you're talking about the market, if it's six months or less, we're talking about 3 months of inventory. And the way we factor that is just taking the 114 that were for sale divided by the 41 that sold. And theoretically, if we had 114 for sale and we sold 41 in that month, it would take us 3 months to sell 114 homes. So that's where we get 3 months of inventory. So that kind of gives us an idea that we're still, I'm going to call this a seller's market still in San Luis Obispo. And we'll get into a little bit more on that, because as a seller, how do I want to price my home? So we'll take a look at some of the actual numbers going on right now in San Luis Obispo in just a moment. But check out the average days on market. Again, this is for August. We had 13 average days on market, and 30 of the homes that sold, we had 36 of them sold under 30 days, and 5 of them were in the 30 to 90 range. So kind of gives you an idea of, of these 41 here that sold, that's kind of how fast they were selling. So everything pretty much selling under 30 days, pretty brisk market if you ask me. So in the last 7 days though, how are we looking? So that was August. Let's look at, most people, that's great, but what about today? So in the last 7 days, we've seen 3 new homes come on the market in San Luis. We have 5 that have reduced their price. Actually, 1 increased their price. And then we had 7 go pending in the last week, and 3 have already closed in the first week of September in San Luis Obispo. So already on track to kind of have, obviously it was a holiday weekend, so it kind of, these numbers may or may not be too solid. We don't have a full week of business days in there, if you will, because most people were already taken off and still coming back for the holiday weekend. So what are we looking at currently in San Luis Obispo? We've got 49 that are currently active today, and we're gonna dig in deeper on those here in just a minute. And those had 43 average days on market so far, and the median is 34 days. So median means if you look at the list of 49 active, 34 of them is their median days on market. So 34 is right in the middle. So there's the other half is higher than 34, and the other half is lower than 34 days on market. And interesting to note, 11 of them, of the ones that are on the market right now, 11 have already reduced their prices. So that's, about 20% of those homes on the market. So I wanted to share with you, I went into our MLS just to take a look at what's going on Let me see if this moves over or if I got to do a separate screen share on this. Okay, it did move over. All right, so here is everything on the market in San Luis Obispo, 49 homes. And what I did is we could sort them a couple different ways by price and however you want to look at it. But again, this is coming from our MLS. But check out the days on market. I thought, so if you're a buyer and you're going shopping right now, here's what you want to do is if you're looking in San Luis Obispo, have your realtor go ahead and run the numbers by days on market of everything in San Luis Obispo and check out the items, depending on how much bargain hunting you want to do. Look at the items that are 30 or more days on the market, or maybe you want to go 60 days on the market. If you go 60 or more, that's this level here. So that's everything from number 40 all the way to 49. So almost 10 homes are already at the 60-day or more on the market point. And check out the price reductions in that group. They're pretty high. There's several. So, okay, well, maybe there's nothing I can buy that's under $1 million. Well, there's one, right? And they increased their price. So who knows what's going on there? Sometimes those are errors. They priced it incorrectly and now they're just adjusting it correct. But nonetheless, that is what you're looking at for 60 days on the market or more. And, we have a couple that are under $1 million. So if you are looking for a bargain, there might be, or something to negotiate with even, there might be something to look at in that range. So sellers, what is this telling us? If I'm a seller, maybe I still want to take advantage of this market, but price my home accordingly. So this is where you're looking at the neighborhood that you're in, doing an actual analysis on it, getting right into your numbers and, pricing it right so that you're not going to stale out or be on the market long. So San Luis Obispo City, pretty much on, if you can say it based on our numbers, you can tell as long as you price it right, you're going to go in less than 30 days. And we can see that happening here. We don't have a whole lot, the majority of the homes are on the market for 30 days or less. And so, or about half of them, if you will, based on that median number we just talked about. So you can kind of see that there's not a whole lot of properties that are stalling out on the market. They are going if you price it right. So always take a look at that analysis and just stay with the market. Don't try to go too high above. But anyway, that is some good pricing strategy there for you, or at least not strategy, but just another way to look at things as you're going out if you're being a buyer. So of course, there's so many variables, of course, because of maybe you're looking for something newer, maybe you're looking for a fixer-upper, depending on what your goals are. So another fun thing to look at is if I sort it by price, the lowest priced home I could buy in San Luis Obispo today is this one at $619,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. We'll go into this. So if you need to leave now, that's pretty much covers the numbers. I was just going to kind of go over like the lowest and highest priced homes on the market. But please be sure to like and subscribe, and maybe hit that little bell alert when you do subscribe, and that'll just tell you when I'm coming on in the mornings. I'm trying to do these in the mornings for us so that we can kind of just get a little market overview on each particular city. If there's a city you'd like to see me discuss, kind of like how we did San Luis today, happy to do it. Just go ahead and message me and I'd be glad to highlight that. San Luis Obispo came up today at a request from somebody who is looking at San Luis Obispo, so that's why we're doing that today. But be sure to like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, follow that. But you can also message me on any of the other platforms as well. So let's take a look at this one here. This is Los Verdes. So again, this is an attached home, but it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, great starter home at $619 there for you. So kind of a nice little way to look at something there. So that's your lowest priced home right now in the market. So if you were to take something kind of in the middle, our highest price is $7 million. So, maybe we're talking, let's say the majority here, let's say if we take this one at 1.6, I just dropped their price. They've been 73 days on the market. This one here, this is looks like a 1.6 million, 2,600 square footer, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So that kind of gives you an idea of the median area there. But I just out of curiosity, let's take something at $1 million. let's say I've got $1 million to spend in San Luis Obispo County or San Luis Obispo, want to be near everything in the city. So let's take this one here, just reduce their price. They're $1 million, $1,050,000. Check this out, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,625 square feet on Kilburn. This looks like one of the newer builds. Okay, someone just did mention this one to me. So $1 million for, they just dropped the price to $1,050,000, 60 days on the market. So that is a nice turnkey home and built last year. So this is a newer home. So, you know, that's you know, those aren't going to have the huge lot if you're looking for the big backyard, you know, 4,500 square foot lot. But that's been on the market almost 2 months. So there you go, at $1 million. Let's take an older one here. This is a more traditional craftsman here, single level, San Luis Obispo, on El Capitan Way. Oh, so this is cool. So 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,340 square feet. This is on a nice lot, 6,000. So you can go new home, or you can go with one of the older ones. This one is really one to consider, because check out the way it's been set up. So it's been updated. It's got air conditioning. It's got solar. It's got all the things you would expect in one of the newer homes. So really nice little place here. And it's done well. Check out this cute little backyard, little hot tub. So this to me is a good value at $1 million. So for, you know, based in position and everything else. But check this out, 34 days on the market. So there you go. So something to consider there. Let's take a look at our most expensive home in San Luis Obispo, just to go on the high end. If you just want to go for it and see, you've got $7 million to spend just for fun. Let's take a look, or maybe not. Maybe you really want to take a look at this. This has been on the market 121 days. It's a 6.9 million. It's a 6,000 square foot lot. Oh no, wait. That is a 6,000 square foot home on a 20-acre lot. Let me rephrase that. All right, so what do we got here? So this is a building site. Wah, wah, wah. So I mean, this is great because you can get in, but it's, you know, I've had many buyers kind of comment on this. It's like, okay, we see homes with the renderings, and this is all great. So this is awesome if you're looking, if you're a buyer who says, you know what, I'd like to buy a lot and build on it. These are the type you're looking for, is you want to find these renderings, the ones that have the potential, the home sites are set up for you, the contractor's ready to go. And so this takes all the legwork out of it for you, if you will, of getting things to building position. So you want to take a look at some of these as well. This is a good opportunity to get a 20-acre home, a 6,000 square foot, built to your liking. So they've got everything set up for you there. So let's take a look. If you wanted to move into something today, renderings get so good on these, you can't tell if they're real or not. So this one's already built for us. So this is a 4,400 square foot, $6 million, 4-bedroom, 4-bath. This is a very nice, architecturally designed. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. So it's got all the views for you. This is on Profumo Canyon Road. This is a stunning home. You cannot beat these views. So should you be looking at something like this in this crazy market? You know, if you're in the $6 million range, again, in California, you can never go wrong by buying and holding something for 10 years. So if you're trying to time the market and you're in this price range, that's probably not concerning you a lot, you know. But for others in the lower price ranges of $1 million to 600,000, maybe you are timing the market. But you got to get that out of your head and look at real estate is always a long-term play, and you should always look at something as a buy and hold situation if you're concerned about that. So if you're a flipper or a buy and hold renter, a landlord looking to rent, a whole different story, right? But if you're just looking for someplace to live in for your family, you know, if you're going in right now, you've got to be looking at it as, you know, a longer term play on holding it, you know, of about 10 years. So that way you don't have to stress about any fluctuations in the market over the next 10 years. and you shouldn't be worrying about that. So leave that to everybody else to worry about. Maybe if that's a concern for you, well, I don't know what I'm going to be doing in the next 5 years. Well, maybe you shouldn't be considering a purchase at this point to get that stress out of your head. Maybe you should be looking at something a little shorter term play, like a lease or something that would be more doable for you, or maybe buy a duplex, so you can live in one and rent the other. And that way, if you decide to make a move, you can make that move by leasing a duplex out both sides, and you still have your investment. So however you want to look at that, that's it's a personal thing, something to discuss with me or with your realtor. So just again, get informed. It's all just getting informed, and realtors are here to help you get all the ideas in front of you, so that then you can kind of be guided through the process of just brainstorming. A lot of times is what this is, right? And just getting ideas. So again, that's the purpose of the podcast here. Just to give us some ideas of what we can be talking about and what we can be doing in terms of the market. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what's going on in San Luis Obispo, the city, in terms of the market. So any questions, feel free to give me a call. You can DM me on any of these platforms that you're seeing this on, and hopefully you can get some good information from this. Again, if you do enjoy it, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be sure to put a like on that and hit that little bell if you want to get alerted to when I come on the market, or on the market when I come online with the broadcast going live. So trying to do this on a daily basis for you all. So hopefully you all have a good day. Any questions, again, feel free to reach out. But take care all.